Okay, today we are learning all about light and how light travels. So first, I'm going to tell you a story about a princess in a land far, far away. So there was this princess, and she lived with her mother and her father, but someone broke in, and then all of a sudden, her mother and her father were gone. So her captors made her go to the dungeon, and they locked her in the dungeon, and all they left her with was a little mirror, and they planned to keep her there forever so that she would age and she would be ugly. So they left her with only a mirror just so she could look at herself and see how ugly she was becoming. So the guards were pretty lazy, and they didn't want to have to remember the code to the lock every time they'd give her food or something. So they wrote it on this wall right here. So years go by, and she ends up making a friend. Her only friend is a rat. So she gets a little bit of rations every single day, and she starts luring the rat in and throwing him food so that he'll come closer to her. And then she takes a piece of bread and she chews it in her mouth. She gets it all sticky, and she sticks it to the back of the mirror and puts it on the side of the rat. And her idea, what do you think her idea is? To look for the combination, so that she can see the combination. So where do you think she would have to have, she has to throw food so the rat will run over to wherever he has to go so that she can see the combination. Where do you think, just guess, there's no wrong answers here. Where do you think she would have to throw the food for her to be able to see the reflection of the combination in the side of the rat on the mirror?
Like in the corner.
Okay, all right, so here's our rat, and here's the little mirror. So this is crazy. So did you know that light, when it hits, light always travels in a straight line, right? Okay, so when you have a flashlight, it's always in a straight line, unless something blocks it, or unless it bounces off of something. So when light bounces off of something, and we would do an experiment with a laser where we could see that in a mirror, but when light bounces off, it bounces in at the same angle. So let's say it's this angle coming in, and then it would go the same angle out. So if the rat is there, it does not quite reach her. So, but if the rat were maybe here, and the combination is somewhere over here, then she might have to look really far in this corner, and she could see the combination. So does that make sense? So we have learned that light travels in a straight line, and it bounces off in the same angle it comes in, right? So next we have, are you guys familiar with submarines?
Yes.
So you're familiar with a submarine is underwater, but they usually have something that comes out of the water. And what do they do with this piece? If there's a little person over here,
That's how they see where they're going.
that's how they see. So how can they see if this piece goes up here?
A mirror.
A mirror? Okay, that's a good guess. Yes. Okay. So, but what about that mirror? So the fact that, what if there was a mirror here? So if there's a mirror here, then the light is just going to travel straight this way and straight back this way. So how's he going to be able to see? What else does there need to be? Maybe another mirror? So then if it comes at that angle, it's going to go back out at the same angle so he can see out. Okay, so we are actually going to try this. So we have got this periscope, handy dandy periscope. So I'd like for you both to stand up very quickly. And I just want you to, if you can, just bend down and tell me if you can see through the table right here at eye level. No, they can't see past the table. Okay, so I'd like for you to stand back up, and then Rachel, I'm going to give this to you first. And you're going to go back down and tell me if you can see what's in front of you.
I can see through the table.
Yes, she can see through the table. All right, Emily, let's let you try it. All right, let's see if Emily can magically see through the table.
I can see through the table.
She also sees through the table. Okay, so the reason we are looking through the table is we're pretty much using the same technique that we talked about with the submarine.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look inside, there's the mirror here, and there's also a mirror here. Mirror, mirror. So by using these mirrors, we're just going to draw it out one more time. So here's our table. We're trying to look over here, but we can't see through the table. No visual. But if we have this at eye level, then we have our mirror here where the light comes in this way and goes down. And then we have another mirror where the light travels back. So does that make sense to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Today we learned about light.